And then we are now going to take another look at this article or this video that we did on the article from the New York Times. Men, where have you gone? Please come back. Let's take a listen to our own work here. Bachi 2007 back at you with another one. We're going to take a look at this article that has been going around the internet, mostly in the white men's spaces, or what I call the white sphere, but not so much in the Negro sphere, the black men's space, so strongly, even though I've seen it once or twice in the black men's space. But it's this article from the New York Times. Men, where have you gone? Back. They're literally begging now. We've seen this in some videos recently, the number of videos around the web, and now they're putting it in mainstream media in article titles, and it is the content of the article as well, as we'll see, that they are really begging men to come back. All right, so we're just going to start up and talk about some further things than what we talked about previously. The fact that when the woman goes into this and tries to do woo men back again, she gets into this whole thing where she only talks about the fact that women miss men and want us back out into the public life or into be a part of women's spaces and spaces where women congregate. They want men to be there to provide women with intimacy. Nowhere in this article does she ever discuss about what women are going to do or what women are going to provide men or why men should want to be back in spaces with women or to be in intimate relationships and intimate kind of disposition and intimate exchanges with women. Why? And when we say intimate, we don't mean sexual. That hasn't stopped at all. Uh, Sexism hasn't gone anywhere as far as the promiscuity in society. But what has gone is that intimate interpersonal connection, the relationships, uh, the commitment in the long term. Well, women broke all of those commitments, right? Men have been offering commitment for time immemorial. And it was women who stood up and said, we no longer want to be part of commitment because we can go out here in the street, we can gather up bodies. And in doing so, it's empowering because now we can be like men and we don't need men. What are men good for? And all this sort of thing. And they begin to break up homes, and now they get divorced. Well, 80. Now they don't get divorced at 80%, but out of the 50% of marriages that do go to divorce here in most of the West, they women file for divorce about 75% of the time. So they're the ones constantly breaking marriages, constantly breaking vows and commitments, coming on the internet, celebrating their divorce.
Well, also new at 11, an explosive way to end a divorce.
They say everything's bigger in Texas, right? Well, one woman didn't just throw a party, she blew up her old wedding dress. What did she use, a nuclear warhead?
I don't know.
Right. Watch News' Michelle Meredith takes us inside this trend of divorce parties.
The event was sublime. Becky Rizzi rented a venue in Orlando. Music was playing, champagne was flowing. But this was not a bridal shower or even her birthday. This was Becky's divorce party.
Look at this heavy-set super post-wall queen. Does she really think that she's what's desired back here out on the dating market? But if you look at that first couple, that first group, I guarantee you all these good Southern Texans will claim to be so Christian while they're out there celebrating divorce. And when these are the women and their attitude, why would men want to get married and come back into intimate spaces to be with women for this kind of foolishness to be the end result of it? Back to our program that we were already on. Just took this quick sidebar. And giving ridiculous reasons why, because I wasn't happy. It no longer served me. Again, the institution of marriage is, in their minds, about being self served and has nothing to do with commitment, honor, covenant before God, them serving their family. They don't care anything about the well-being of their children. I just saw a thing with Charlize Theron today talking about how she's living her single motherhood life and doing motherhood the way she wants to. And if it's damaging to her kids, oh well, that's their story to tell later. But she's enjoying her life, so who cares? Basically, the hell with the kids. And this is women's disposition in general in most society. So men uh, have stepped away from this, decided that this was foolishness, and women haven't been giving men much of any reason to come back, other than just talking a lot of nonsense. But let's hear a little bit more, then we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Spots. The sidewalk patio held 5 tables, 3 two-tops, including ours, and the pair pulled together for a group of 8 women. At those tables, Troy was the only man.
So he goes through all of that and he gets to this part. Yes, of course, Troy was, this guy was the one man there. What are men coming out to be a part of? What are men coming out to partake in if women are still remaining the same ways and dispositions that drove men away in the first place haven't changed. In this article, she offers no change. She just demands that men show back up and shows back up because women miss us. So again, everything is centered around women and their benefit. They're still not trying to understand men or care about what men need and what men desire and what reasons should a man have to re-engage in intimate relationships with modern women. The same thing that drove men away, nothing has changed. So how does it make any sense to re-engage? If you don't mind hitting the like button as you come in, that would be great. Really appreciate that. Men's Mind State and Cultural Reviews. I've actually officially now changed the name of the page. I've been using this moniker, as you can see it on the screen here. I've been using that more and more lately. And now on the channel, the page name has actually changed to Men's Mind State and Cultural Reviews, and my handle is now Men's Mind State because that's where we're moving. We're going to, not just it's where we've been, but now we're going to lean into that as the moniker of the channel. Celebrate 3,000 reviews, 3,000 subscribers. Appreciate everyone who's subscribed. So again, in this article, she's not giving anything substantive or substantial that should make men want to come back and participate in this gynocracy. So they're saying that she says one part of the article that men are being muted, that they're choosing to stand mute. But wasn't it women that told us to stop mansplaining and that we should just shut up and listen? Well, men did you one better. They shut it up and went away. And men are choosing the peace. Men are choosing to do things like I just got back from the gym, focusing on my self improvement and the betterment of my life and things that benefit me, that make me feel good, that provide us with confidence. And this is kind of one of the main things that I push with men. Uh, in some of the videos that I've done recently, I talked about this Brian Koberger who was just chose to plead guilty in the case where he murdered those people in Idaho.
Hey, we're going to pick this up in part 3 in another discussion later, in part 3 of where have the men gone, why they aren't coming back. So be on the lookout for that. Just right now, just remember to stay on your focus and stay on your purpose. Purpose here at this moment is to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hit me down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Give me your feedback on this topic. Yobachi 2007, Men's Mind State and Cultural Reviews. We're out.